Saludos desde la Ciudad de México. Your efforts to revive the Colorado River inspire our work every day. Your work is an example of what our nations can do and accomplish when they work together. The Colorado River is the lifeblood of local communities from the peaks of the Rocky Mountains to the Gulf of California, supplying water for millions on both sides of the border, irrigating our farms and feeding our nations and helping to power our cities and our towns. In February, I experienced the Laguna Grande restoration site at the Colorado River Delta. There I saw your great work to restore the region. This astounding progress would not have been possible without the full commitment, leadership, and dedication of key partners, such as the Raise the River Coalition. Muchas gracias. The restoration of the Colorado River, your mission, the mission of so many, embodies our shared efforts to address water challenges and climate challenges that we face across the world and on our shared border. It is a reminder that we are two nations with one shared future and shared resources. The river binds us together. We have worked together now for a long time and over a decade on this project. Thanks to the international agreements like Minute 319 and its successor, Minute 323, our two governments have come together to address the Colorado River crisis. You're not alone. These crises on water are happening almost everywhere around the world in almost every river. But what's different is on the Colorado River, there's a sense that we need to solve the problems together. Minute 319 launched so much of our bilateral cooperation with Mexico. I'm proud of it. Worked with many of you to get that done. It established many of the cooperation mechanisms that are still in use today between Mexico and the United States to manage the Colorado River. We ought to be doing that elsewhere around the country, including on the Rio Grande. But you're doing it on the Colorado River, so you're doing it as a great example. Despite all these efforts and the historic snowfall that we saw last winter, today, the Colorado River Basin is still suffering the worst drought in recent memory. I'm optimistic that we will address this challenge together. And one key step forward is the creation of a state-protected area, felicidades, along the western bank of the Colorado River. The protected area would run 60 miles from the U.S.-Mexico border to the federal protected area at the mouth of the Colorado River Delta, and would be the largest state-protected area in Baja California. To keep supporting your leadership and great efforts, I'm honored to announce that as part of our binational cooperation to make a better use of limited water resources, the United States, through the Department of State, will be sponsoring a 5-day program focused on wastewater reuse for 10 Mexican policymakers in December. The program will include visits to agricultural, municipal, industrial wastewater reuse sites in Southern California, and will conclude at the annual Colorado River Users Association meetings in Las Vegas. A few months ago, when I was in Laguna Grande, walking along the banks of the historic channels of the Colorado River, I saw firsthand the great results of your work and what you have achieved, such as species returning or arriving for the first time, trees that were planted that were already growing and bringing back riparian life to that area. Those trees and the wildlife, the birds, all of the other parts of that ecosystem embody the hope and optimism that we share to protect the Colorado River and its environment. May they rise, free and unburdened, to greet the sky. I would like to recognize and applaud your commitment for what you do for our planet and the Colorado River. Thank you very much. Muchísimas gracias.